What is up, Virgo? How are you guys doing? This is your extended reading for August 2023. Just going to squeeze the last couple of drops of information out of August. For those of you who would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how you can go about doing that is in the description box of this video. For those of you who may have missed the memo, I also have a new course available in my School of Self-Mastery, and that is Manifesting Financial Abundance. I've been dedicating my life for the last 5 years to try to figure out a way to explain that better than anything anybody else out there is teaching or explaining. Hopefully that's what I've done. That's the intention, at least. So all of the information for where you can find all that good stuff is on my website, tarotwithrich.com, and that's in the description of this video. Okay, this is going to be my last live stream of the night. Getting pretty drained. All right, let's see. We're starting these off with, we're starting these off with the current person. That's right. Current person Virgo is dealing with. If you are not experiencing any problems, issues, or concerns with your current person, then this is not for you. What's the issue? What's the problem? What's going wrong between Virgo and the current person? What's happening? What's the problem here? What's going on? Three of Pentacles. I don't know what to say about that yet. Hold on. Oh, okay. Haven't we talked about this before with your current person? So you know how sometimes people say, like they're in a relationship and they say after a while, it just feels like we're roommates, you know? Well, this feels like it's gone a step further than that. It's gone beyond roommates. Now it feels like we're coworkers, you know? Feels like we're coworkers. Because if you think about like a coworker type of connection, it's like we're here because we have to be. And very frequently, we don't want to be. We're here together, doing this together just to survive. And if this did not depend on my survival, I would not fucking be here, right? It's what this kind of feels like to me. It's what this feels like to me. Damn, dog. Could be an Aries for some of you. I also have Libra and Leo here. And this is one thing that's been coming up for the last 2 or 3 signs. An ending is being prevented. You're too afraid to abandon this. Again, for some of you, maybe it depends on your survival. Maybe you're afraid that you wouldn't be able to support yourself. Maybe if it was just you, I don't know. For whatever reason, you're afraid to abandon this. Afraid of the unknown. Maybe you're just afraid of being alone. I don't know. It's not really telling me why. The only thing I can do is speculate from this point. 3 of Swords. Possible suspected third party. That's been coming through for a lot of the signs as well. Okay. Well, that's all I'm getting on that first spread there. That's all I'm getting. Let's look at the current person's feelings and intentions. Let's see how they feel about you. How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions? What's their energy look like? All that good stuff. Oh, Queen of Coins. Yeah, see? They feel the same way, I think. I think they feel the same way. Real talk. Yep. Star card reversed. Yeah, they don't really have high hopes for the future. I mean, I don't think that they're hoping it'll come to an end. You know, it's just like, well, thinking realistically, Doesn't really seem like this connection is going to get any better. Like we're just both, I kind of feel like you all are both just sitting around waiting on the other person to end it. You're sitting around waiting on them to end it. They're sitting around waiting on you to end it. And neither of you are doing that. Tower card reversed again, preventing an ending. Yeah. They don't want to be the ones to end it. I think if they could, if they had access to flip a magic switch and make everything work out successfully, they would. They would. If they could rub a magic lamp and fucking Will Smith could pop out and grant them a wish, they probably would wish for things to go back to the way they once were. I think so. But yeah. So for those of you who came to this video wondering whether or not this person is being unfaithful, I'm not seeing it here. Not saying they didn't in the past, but it's not coming through for the present moment. Yeah, looks checks out to me, honestly. I'm not seeing anything bad. I'm not seeing anything malicious. I'm not seeing anything vindictive. Looks like they're just sitting around waiting for it to come to an end. Kind of like, you ever met, and it's so heartbreaking. It's so sad. Have you ever met like an old person who's just not fucking happy and they're just waiting to die? You ever met somebody like that? You ask them, how you doing? I'm just waiting for this all to come to an end. It's fucking sad, man. It's kind of what their energy feels like as far as this connection goes. So let's see the outcome then, man. Let's see the outcome. What is the outcome? Oops. Hang on. The Queen of Swords reverse jumped out. You're not walking away from this in August. King of Swords upright, and they look, see, co-workers. We're like co-workers. You're mirroring each other. Look. You're mirroring each other. That's what's happening here. So, whole lot of nada. Let's get the advice then. Not much action. What's the advice? Should you stay or should you go? Hangman reversed. Well, don't hang around and wait for the problem to fix itself. Because that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to fix itself. Lover's card reversed. Well, you know what? I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but okay. I'm gonna do the best that I can to meet you in the middle. Okay. The only thing you can do as an individual, see, whenever two people come together, there's a soul contract. When that soul contract is complete, the universe will pull the two of you apart. Most of the time, when the universe starts pulling the two of you apart, you don't listen. You cling to each other, and then the universe has to rip the two of you apart. In order for this particular connection to continue to grow and thrive, the two of you would have to write a new soul contract. The two of you would have to embark on a new mission together. We got to do something. We got to serve some kind of new purpose with this connection. Got to be some kind of new meaning behind it. So say, for example, the two of you And you got to both be on the same page for this. Let's say the two of you decide that you want to be healers. Let's say you want to be healers. Okay, we're going to go get certified in Reiki healing or reconnective healing or something, you know, and we're going to start us a little energy healing business, doing something to help the collective. Now there's a new purpose behind our soul connection. Now we actually serve a new purpose together, you know, some kind of new soul contract. And again, that takes both of you on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal. So the only thing you can do as an individual is see if you can get the ball rolling in that direction if you want this to work out. If both of you can't get on the same page at the same time, working towards the same goal, Lover's card reversed, 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, nothing is going to improve. The energy between the two of you is going to continue getting heavier and heavier, and the universe is going to apply pressure and apply pressure and apply pressure and apply pressure until eventually, bam. See if you can get both of you on a new page, working towards some sort of new assignment together. That's what I would recommend. All right, let's look at the next person due to come in. Next soul contract due to come into Virgo's life. So this person definitely sees you as a very, very good opportunity that they don't want to miss. I don't really think it's random, though. This doesn't feel like a connection where two people who don't know each other randomly come together and bam, the sparks fly from there. This doesn't quite feel like that. This almost kind of feels like somebody who you're already aware of their existence. And I know I always use this example, and it doesn't have to be like this, but say, for example, somebody at the workplace. Doesn't have to be somebody at the workplace. Say it's like a person in your circle of friends. Somebody who already kind of knows of your existence and has been waiting, maybe testing the waters and whatnot. And eventually they're like, man, you know what? I feel like this window of opportunity is only going to be open for a short period of time. And they're coming forward, but it doesn't look like they're coming forward and being straight up about it. I still kind of feel that they're maybe sending you some funny mixed signals, maybe. I still see a little bit of confusion here because this person isn't opening all the way up. It's kind of like that energy where, for example, and again, I'm just using examples. Feel the energy behind the example. You get a friend request on Facebook. Ding! You know, you accept it. Then there they are in your inbox, and y'all talking. They're coming together, you know, closer, pulling you in closer and closer. And you're kind of wondering, like, is this person into me? Are they into me? Like, I can't tell. They're being a little bit more, what's the word? They're being a little bit more assertive and upfront than just a regular friend, but are they? I don't know. I can't tell. So I'm still seeing some confusion happening here. Okay, it could be a Pisces for some of you. They're really repressing how they feel. But I don't know why. If they see this as such an amazing opportunity that they don't want to miss, why are they holding back so much? It's almost kind of like they're hoping that they can come forward and trigger you into taking the reins and taking control of this situation, you know? Well, let's dig their energy up a little bit deeper and see how they feel at the deepest level. what their intentions are at the deepest level. 10 of Cups, see? They want a relationship. I think they're just kind of hoping that you'll take control. They feel like that you're out of their league. They have a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment. This person's a little bit emotionally immature. Yeah. But yeah, they have such a fear of abandonment and such a negative view of themselves that if you don't take control and take initiative of the situation, they'll just walk away in fear of abandonment. It'll turn into a self-feeding, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. Doesn't look like a bad person, though. Doesn't look like a bad person. Just looks like a person very unsure of themselves, which nobody likes that. Nobody likes that fucking energy, man, you know? And I get it. I've been there. Mm-hmm. You know, and after a certain point, that's a problem you got to fix inside yourself. You ain't got no self-confidence, no self-esteem. I get it. That's a problem you got to fix inside yourself, though. I'm not downplaying anybody's experiences as to why they feel that way, but it's a turnoff. Nobody likes that energy, dude. Nobody likes that fucking energy. I don't care who you are. Nobody likes low self-confidence, low self-esteem, you know, and sometimes you might be inclined to want to try to help somebody build their self-confidence and whatnot, but the only thing you can do is help. All you can do is be a voice of encouragement. It's all you can really do. At the end of the day, if they don't want to pick themselves up, then there's nothing you can do, you know? So let's see the outcome for this then. Is this going to turn into something successful? Will this become something successful? Will it become something successful? Something successful. No. This is making you feel some type of way. The tension is building. Kind of feel like it's probably going to be a very temporary connection here. I don't know. I'm seeing so much back and forth, push, pull going on here. So for the first 30 days of this connection, I see you honestly giving this a shot. But since you can't really put a finger on exactly what this person's feelings are and exactly what their intentions are, more than likely, probably after the first 30 days, I see you kind of backing away from this. I got to get the advice on this. I got to see if this is something that you should just bypass until somebody better comes in, or if there's something we can do to fix these funny issues. What's the advice for Virgo with the next person coming in? What's the advice? King of Wands. You don't need that advice. The King of Wands don't play no games. And I mean, isn't that the definition of a Virgo? I ain't never met a Virgo that plays games. I haven't. Like, I would say that if there was one caption that you could put over a Virgo, it would be no nonsense. Hey, I'm part of the Virgo family. I have moon and rising in Virgo. And yeah, I would have to say that I probably spend most of my time in Virgo energy. I would think. No nonsense. That's why I approach readings the way that I do, you know? It's cut straight through the nonsense and straight through the bullshit. You come to me for a personal reading, that's the first thing I'm going to do. You know, because before we get lost in all the energies, the hows and the whys and the intentions and the feelings and the this and then that, we're going to cut straight through all that nonsense and all that bullshit. And we're going to look at this soul contract. You come to me for a reading. I don't care if you want to know about it or not. I'm looking at it. I want to see what this soul contract is, because if the two of you completed your soul contract, then I'm not going to waste a bunch of time fiddly fucking around with all these energies and intentions and whatnot, you know? So anyway, I'm trailing off. I apologize, but no games. And you need to lay the law down. Yo, no games. Now here's where it gets a little bit slippery, Virgo, because you can kind of tend to come off not aggressive, not threatening, but just so serious sometimes that it intimidates people. You know, and I know you don't mean it. I get it. But work on the way you deliver the message. But you need to lay the law down. Look, we're doing this or we're not. I am not a mind reader. I don't know what's going on inside your head. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time sitting around guessing what's going on in your head. I would greatly appreciate it if you communicated to me like a mature grown adult, so that I know what you're thinking, so that I know how you're feeling. Otherwise, I'm just left to guess. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit around in the dark wondering what's going on with you, how you feel, this, that, and the third. You know, no games. Please communicate with me like a mature adult. And if there's anything that I can do to improve this connection, please let me know and I'll work on it as well. You know, and I would just lay that on the table right off the rip. And from time to time, remind them. Remember, my go-to advice for a new connection is 1 month. If you feel like that's too extreme, okay, stretch it out to 2 months. I feel like that's excessive, but 2 months max. You should not be confused about somebody's intentions. That is the biggest fucking red flag. If you're confused about somebody's intentions, that is not the person the universe picked for you. Very simple. Very simple. The best piece of dating advice I have ever heard is, if they really love you, you will know. If they don't, you will be confused. Bam. Short, sweet, simple. To the fucking point. If they really love you, if they really want you, you'll know. If they don't, you'll be confused. Bam. That's all I needed to hear. Once I heard that, man, let me tell you a little bit about me. Once I heard that, I don't know if that's a blanket statement that covers every person and every situation. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I tell you what, once I heard that, anytime I found myself dealing with somebody sending me mixed signals, you know, hot and cold, on and off, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day, or just for whatever reason, if I found myself laying around racking my brain trying to figure out how somebody felt about me or what their intentions were, and I was just so fucking confused, I would bring that little quote to mind. If they really want you, you'll know. If they don't, you'll be confused. I don't think you're the person the universe picked for me. Later. Deuces. Bye. Now, that was no easy path for me to walk. I'm not saying it was easy. I've walked away from some connections that just ripped me to pieces to walk away from. But I tell you one thing, I bypassed and avoided so much meaningless, unnecessary nonsense and bullshit. And I made a beeline straight towards my actual person. If you feel like that's helpful, feel free to take that with you on your journey. If you don't feel like that's helpful, just chuck it and don't worry about it. All right, let's get some general advice. General advice for my Virgo friends. Let's do a deck I haven't used. I haven't used this deck at all tonight. General advice for my Virgo friends. Whatever general advice Virgo needs to hear the most. Ooh, the devil in the reverse. Just be wary of temptations. You know, be wary of that. I get it. We all grown adults, but just be wary of things that are very tempting because it may produce a intense pleasure response, and that may distract you from any pain that you may be feeling. You know what I'm saying? A little dranky drank, a little smoky smoke, a little pokey poke. I get it. We need an escape from time to time, but just be careful. Just be careful and be smart about it. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles, Tower card reversed. Ooh, I just made a reel about this. Some of y'all already saw that probably on my shorts feed, but learn how to identify when a soul contract is complete. If you think about your average person from birth to death, a whole lifetime, how many people do you think will come and go in and out of that person's life? How many of those people do you think were meant to be a permanent part of that person's life? Very, very fucking few. Very few. There's lots of people on this planet. Ain't nobody meant to be a permanent part of that person's life. Nobody. So we spend so much energy clinging to people who were never supposed to be a permanent part of our life anyway. In this life, especially if you're on an evolutionary path, especially, people will come and go, and come and go, and come and go, and come and go. Allow them to come in, and then once you feel them starting to depart from you, let them go. I know it's hard. This is the reason why emotional integrity is so important. This is the reason why. Because when a soul contract is complete, you'll feel it. Oh, you'll feel it. You'll wake up one day and the energy is different. How many times that happened? How many times that happened? Now, we all have our good days and our bad days. I'm not saying that a person has to bring the exact same energy to the table every single day. But, you wake up one day and something's just fucking different. And usually it triggers your defenses. Usually. And you're like, what's going on with you? What are you scheming? What are you planning? I'm watching you. What are you hiding from me? What are you saying about me when I'm not around? Because it feels so weird. You can't put a finger on exactly what it is. And again, we all have our good days and our bad days, but that feeling don't go away. Like, it gets worse and worse. And you start feeling so paranoid and so weird and so anxious. There's something fucking off about that person. What is going on? Nothing's off. What you're feeling is the energetic release after a soul contract has completed itself. but we almost never listen to that call, do we? The picture that it paints in my mind is, have you ever seen like two little toddlers playing in the sandbox at the park? You know, they got their little buckets, they're building sand castles, and they got their little fucking little Tonka trucks and shit, you know, and they're playing and they're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, okay, it's 5 o'clock now, it's time to go home. You know, mommy has to make dinner. So the moms get up and they're like, okay, boys, let's go. They're like, no. So they cling to each other. And the moms grab the two little kids and they're pulling. They're like, come on, it's dinner time. No, come on. And you know, they got to be a little bit more aggressive. And if the kids don't let go, what does that authority figure have to do? What does the universe have to do if you don't let go? Bam. That's when the universe will kick the fucking tower over and something really ugly will happen between you and that person. And the risky part about that is you could accidentally end up creating a whole new karmic contract that was never even there before. Think about that. Whenever you start feeling the energy between you and somebody getting weird and funky, I don't care if it's a romance or friends, family, doesn't matter who it is. Energy starts getting weird and funky. Take a step back and let go. See what happens. See what happens. If I step back and I let go of you and you drift away, I'm trusting that it's time to move on. If I step back and I let go of you and you stay by my side, okay, it must not be time for you to go yet then. Learn to identify when a soul contract is complete. All right, I feel like those were the messages that my Virgo friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I am eternally grateful to every last one of you who tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. That's what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.